I would like to introduce our host for today, Paulina Mangano, Business Connect Advisor, Trainer and Mentor at the Business Centre. The Business Centre is a community invested organisation that's been responding to the needs of the entrepreneurs, businesses and governments for more than 34 years. They are a non-for-profit with the sole purpose of creating sustainability in jobs, businesses, urban and rural economies. Today, Paulina will be discussing a fantastic opportunity on offer for Soldier On participants with their entrepreneurship programme. I will now hand over to Paulina, who will present on this very exciting programme.
Thank you, Chloe and Tina, and welcome. So we're here to talk about the Entrepreneurship program, which is hosted by the Business Centre, and it's great to be able to offer this to Soldier On participants. And we're going to talk a little bit about the program, how it works, and certainly how it can help you. So I've got a presentation here to share, so I'll just share that now. And I'm hoping you can all see that presentation.
Yes, I can see it.
Great, thank you very much. All right, so here is the Business Centre, and this is what we do. We had a little bit of an introduction there, but in short, the Business Centre has been around for more than 36 years now, and we help small businesses in the Hunter region and beyond. We are very invested in community. We are very much linked with government organisations, other business assistance organisations in the area, and our sole purpose is to build communities and help people with their business. Most of what we offer is low cost or no cost. We're a not-for-profit organisation, so yeah, you're in a really good space. So after I've finished today's presentation, I hope the one thing you'll take away, if not more, I'm hoping, is that if you've got any question, about business, whether it be a big question or a small question, whether you're really in the early stages of thinking about business and if it's for you, or even if you're in business and you've got some challenges, please reach out to the Business Centre, because that's what we're there to do and that's what we've been doing for a very long time. So the Entrepreneurship pathway is what we're talking about, and this is our plan for 6 years. And so we're looking at helping over 600 businesses in the next 5 years start a business through this program. We do other things at the Business Centre, but specifically through this program. It's a 12-month program once you've finished your training. And here we have a map that looks at just our area, and certainly this is where we've been limited to providing this solution to in the past, but only for our Soldier On participants. If they're interested outside of this area, we can also accommodate you. So that's really exciting, and it's been a big push by us with the assistance of Soldier On to make that happen. So I'm very excited at this end. And here's just a little bit of an idea of if you were going to go out and pay for this, just the training, we're looking at about $15,000 worth of that, and mentoring as well. So there's a lot here to help you. But more so, let's talk about the experience, and then later on we'll talk about why it works. So what we do to start with is, once you're interested, we're asking all Soldier On participants to go through their contact with Soldier On, and that will then be forwarded to Chloe, and then Chloe will forward that information to us. So we're all going through the one way. And what we'll do then at the Business Centre is we'll contact you with your permission, and we'll organise a program interview. So we're not about just signing people up and putting them into a program and letting them run with it. We know very much that we're talking about some training here, which is amazing. I love the training that we've got in store for you, but it's not just the training that we're talking about at this program interview. It's about the elephant in the room, which is you starting a business, which is the big deal. So we want to make sure that this is the right time for you. With this pathway, there's lots of different ways to make that work. So it's what suits you most. And in business, timing is so important. So let's make sure that the timing is right. And we know through experience of doing this for a long time that those people coming in through us to start a business, they have the easiest road forward if they do their training and commence their business shortly after. Obviously, everyone has different things when we're talking about adult training. We all have different commitments, but if we can get that training very close to when you're looking at starting your business, all of the information that you've put together is pertinent to that period. So if you're not ready, if it's a little bit early, we might work with you with one of our other programs first until you're ready to go into that training, and then move forward with the mentoring program. So program interview is where we start. Once we both agree that you're ready to start your training, we look at that enrolment process. And because this is fully funded, I apologise ahead of time, there's quite a bit of paperwork to be filled out. But of course, we've streamlined that as much as we can, and we help you through that process. We also have some program onboarding, so we let you know who's who in the zoo and how it's all going to work. All of our training is conducted through a learning management system. So that's basically a platform where we have all of our training resources, all of our assessments. That's where you can speak to your trainers. That's where you can get assistance. That's where we communicate with you. So it's all in one place, which makes it really easy for you. So we take you through an onboarding session where we show you how all of that works. And then, of course, we start our training, which is very exciting. And we've got 3 different lots of training to offer, depending on what area you come from. And we'll be talking about that in a moment. After you've finished your training, what you'll come out with, apart from a whole lot of business knowledge, and this is an accredited certificate 4 in entrepreneurship in small business. So it's a certificate 4 like you do at a TAFE, but much, much better. But we've pumped everything into that we know that you need to know to start a business. So once you start your business, once you've commenced and once you're trading and push comes to shove and things don't go to plan, which is always the case, you've got the information to make informed decisions there and then. And of course, we've also got a program to support you through that. But you'll come out of that training with a really firm roadmap for the first 2 years of trading, but one that also gives you the opportunity for flexibility in adapting to what you need to do, which again is what happens with business. So with that business plan, and we call it a business plan, it's a loose term, rather than a 30-page document where you've spent lots of time writing lots and lots of words. What we do is we've put together 16 different templates and forms and canvases and checklists that make up all the information that would go into a traditional business plan, but we're using tools that you'll then use in your business. So it's really productive, which is what we're all about. We're about saving you time, saving you money, and saving you angst. And this goes for our business plan as well. So once you've got that together, it's then assessed to make sure we're talking about a viable business. So it's assessed in 2 different ways. One, so you get your certificate 4 in entrepreneurship and small business, but also to make sure you've got some really credible information in there. And if it's not credible, we sort of talk to that throughout the training as well. But we really want to make sure there's not a lot of assumptions in there that might not do you. Might not be the best for you in your business moving forward. So we make sure it's real. We're nothing if we're not real. So once we know there's viability demonstrated in your business plan, then we look at starting your business. So that's part 2 of the program, and that's our mentoring program. So we help you commence that business. You might have questions about licensing. So there's assistance there for you. And depending on how you've come in through the program, there might also be $300 for you if we can put you in through the self-employment assistance program. There's $300 there to help you with that startup, which isn't a lot of money, but it can be something that can help you. Then we go to our mentoring. So we're down here. So with our mentoring, that's a 12-month program. We know that the first 12 months in business can be really tricky. So we've devised a program using all of the tools that you've used throughout training that's going to help you through that first 12 months. We assign you a mentor. So you've got the one person that you can talk to for those first 12 months. And in that program, there's lots of different touch points where we make sure we keep that momentum happening, because momentum is usually the thing thing that slows down small businesses, and really that's one of the big failing factors in the first 12 to 24 months of trading. So with your mentoring program, we assign you a mentor who understands your business, they've read your business plan, and they've probably been part of your training as well. So all of our mentors are also trainers that we use in our training program, all accredited trainers. So you meet with them at least once a month. Prior to that, though, there's a self check-in, and with that self check-in, you look at what's worked that month, what hasn't worked that month, what's been a struggle, what sort of takings you've had, what have you got planned for the next month, and we ask you some other things that are really going to help us make sure that the business is on track. That gets sent to your mentor before they speak to you, and then you have that online meeting with them. And we usually like to keep that to about half an hour, so it's really punchy. We're all very busy, and you're a busy business person now, so we make sure that's really outcome driven. At the end of every meeting that you have with your mentor, there's always a list of actions, and that's what's talked about each meeting to see how those actions are going and to make sure that you're keeping on track, because again, that momentum is so important. So that's the monthly check-in with your mentor. In addition to that, we have group mentoring as well. So every month we have 3 opportunities for you to join in a group mentoring session. And every month we've got a different topic that we speak to. So again, very outcome driven. And in that you've got opportunities to talk to the other participants. You've got opportunities to share where you're at. If you've got any problems, we can talk about that as well. But we really address your business depending on the topic of the month. And in addition to that, every 3 months we have a deep dive. So we really let's look at your takings, let's look at what you've got planned, let's look at all your licensing. Is everything still as it should be? And is it on track to meet that, to meet what you projected in your financial tables in your business plan, which are, again, your roadmap, right? So certainly when we talk about any goal setting, it's being really clear about where you want to be at the end and what you have to do to get there. And that's all outlined in your business plan. And then after the 12-month mentoring program has finished, and indeed the Entrepreneurship Pathway has finished, you're then part of our crew at the Business Centre. So as I said before, we've been around for more than 36 years helping small businesses, and we aren't going anywhere. So we'll still be there to support your businesses. And I still have clients that I've been, more than 10 years ago, and they'll contact me with questions. They'll maybe ring me up with a brag, show me what they're doing, and we're always there. So you're part of our crew and we're there to help you. Moving on. I hope you're writing down those questions as you've got them. So here are our 3 training options. So we've got collaborative training, independent, and the mix-up. So collaborative training is something that is open to anyone that's in the Hunter region. And actually, as I'm saying that, we can open that up to people beyond that area if that's what they want to do, because it's all online. So and I'll show you where the dates. Sorry, I'll talk about the dates in a moment. So we've got collaborative training, and with that collaborative training, it's 4 weeks full time, and we say full time. It's from 9:30 to 3:30 in the afternoon. Generally 5 days a week. Some weeks it's 4 days, but in that 4-week period, you cover 7 of the 10 units that's in the certificate 4. And the following 3 units are 3 really short units, and you can get those finished within a week. So I like to say to my clients, if you can put aside 5 weeks, you can get the whole 10 units of that certificate 4 done and have all of the facets that you need to look at and consider for your business sorted and in that business plan. 5 days a week from 9 till 5:30. If you could give that extra hour and a half each day, you can get all of that done. We've worked really hard on including most of the assessment time and the assessments getting done in that training time. So there's not a lot of extra work that you have to do. But I think about if we can look at an extra hour and a half per day by 5 for each week, you'll get everything done within that time frame. And I know we can do that because we have clients do that all the time. So the collaborative training, it's trainer-led. like this, you have a trainer talking to you, but it's very interactive. We use lots of breakout rooms. We have lots of videos and activities. A lot of the assessments are actually done as a group, and then you go away and do your own assessment. So it's not just sitting and listening to someone talk all day, which would be really hard to take. And we understand that sitting and looking at a camera all day isn't easy to do either. So we have lots of breaks and things to break that up. So my advice, if you can afford 5 weeks to put things on hold and look at training from 9 to 5 days a week for those 5 weeks, that is the best way to get this done and get this started. But of course, we're talking about adult training here, and we all have lots of other things that keep us busy. So you might be able to commit to 5 full weeks. So we've got 2 other options for you. So I'll talk about the independent training. So the independent training, as the name would suggest, is you working independently. So again, all of these training options are included on our learning management system, which is basically a portal where you go in and you go through all of the information, all of the resources. And in that, especially so for the independent training, we've got loads of additional videos of trainers explaining things and lots of explanations. So to add to the resources, so it's not too boring for you and it gives you a different perspective. So with that independent training, you start at the top and you work your way through. You submit your assessments as you go, and your trainer will be coming back with the information for you and certainly some questions if that's the case. But again, if you get stuck or if things don't go to plan, you just let us know. The only time the wheels fall off in any of these things is if you don't let us know that things aren't going to plan, and we've always got a second option for you. So that's the independent training, and we like to recommend that you try and get it done in 3 months. You don't have to, but it's just, again, that momentum, and everyone that's applying for this is looking at starting a business. It's not just a training regime. It's getting that information on hand and applying it to your business idea so you can move forward really confidently with your business and your business commencement. So that's the independent training. And then the last one we have is the mix-up training. Now, the mix-up training is the best of both worlds. So we understand that although the collaborative training is probably the way to go if you can do it, we have other things that keep us busy. Independent, maybe you don't want to go it all alone. You still like bouncing it off people. So with the mix-up training, it's still independent training. So you'll be learning independently. But what we've put in over the top of the mix-up training is the opportunity for 4 different, we call them boot camps. Sounds a bit funny when we're talking about defence and boot camps, but we call them boot camps. And this is really, I guess for now, limited to people in the Hunter region, because what we invite you to do is come into our actual office in Newcastle CBD for 4 Saturdays. That's 3 weeks apart. So at week 3, 6, 9 and 12, and spend a day at the Hunter Business Centre. And what we do there is we talk about the learning that you've done over the 3 weeks prior. We help you adapt that to your business idea, and we really look at real life solutions. So, and it's also an opportunity, of course, for you to reach out to other people and other participants that are doing the training. So we found a lot of people who can't commit to the collaborative are looking at the mix-up. It's just, as I said, the best of both worlds, but some are very used to independent training and just want to get it done really quickly. We opened up our independent training and our mix-up training just yesterday, and we've already got screens full of assessments, people that are getting in and getting things done, which is really exciting. But in all, there are 3 different training opportunities, and we've worked really hard to try and make sure we've covered all the bases. So if there's anything that we don't offer that you're interested in, let us know. One of the great things about working at the business centre is rarely do I have to say no or we can't do that. We find a way. So so let us know. But we're pretty happy with those 3 solutions for you. And here we have our course dates. So collaborative training, we've got one finishing off this week, which is really exciting, but then we've got another one starting on the 1st of May, which sounds like a long way away, but it absolutely is not. Mix Up, we started yesterday, and we've got another one scheduled for the 8th. And the reason why the Mix Up has dates is because, of course, we have those boot camps, which is every 3 weeks on a Saturday scheduled in. So if any of you were interested in the Mix Up, we'd have to get our skates on and get moving. But if you were interested, interested, in this first week, I could probably get you into this one. So you just very quickly let Chloe know, and then we'll make that happen. But the next one is on the 8th of May, which again sounds like a long way away, but it really is not. And then the independent training opened up yesterday, and we've got people doing that now. And of course, it's whenever you want to do it. So so there is no firm date on that one. Thank you, everyone. It's sitting here looking at no one is a little bit hard, so I'm hoping that this is all working for you. But okay, let's look at why it works. So I've told you a little bit about the Business Centre and our history and what we're about, and I've spoken a little bit about the training and how it works, but I've just put this little list together really to show you why this is so different. And, you know, we've been in the training game for a long time, and we are parts of national networks that assist businesses and are in business training, and we know that what we've put together is really unique. And here we have the first thing is that experience design. So I put together a team of our trainers, and we really looked at the flow of learning, and just as an example, actually that's the next one down. I'll go back to our design. What we've talked about, what we've worked out with our design is how do we teach this information but still make it mean something. So it's not a 2 or 3 step process. It's really, here's the information and here we have applying it. So what we've done for the first 6 units that we train in this accreditation is we don't use your business. So we don't ask you to learn the information then apply it to your business, because what we've learned is when people have a little bit of information, they start applying what they're learning to their business idea, and they build a business model really early in the piece, and then they make everything else fit it. And that can very much limit your options. So what we love you to do is stretch your mind. So I love the saying, a person's mind once stretched never goes back to its original shape. So we're really getting you to stretch your mind. So the first 2 units that we've designed in this accreditation is critical thinking, which you'll need to do all the time. So critical thinking, and then innovation. So thinking in an innovative way, thinking like an entrepreneur. And we give you loads of examples of that, and with best practice and case studies. And we continue through using different case studies and best practice and scenarios, so you can really stretch your mind and remove the risk of your own business until that 7th unit, which is the business planning unit. And that's where you bring all that information together and apply it to your business idea. So that curated flow, that's how that works. It's really about stretching your mind, looking at how other businesses are doing that, thinking about critical thinking and testing you and stretching you, trying to make the best business model that's not only going to suit you and your circumstance and how you operate, but of course also your clients and your community and your industry. So it's bringing it all together. In regards to relevant information, we're on the ground. We talk to thousands and thousands of businesses every year. So we understand what's changing, what's happening, what the problems are, and what the latest processes are and thoughts on different business strategies. So you get the relevant information. Those tools and processes and canvases that we've put together, this is looking at all of our staff bringing the best together, and they're adaptable. They allow you to change things on the run, but in a measured way and in a curated way. And then, of course, there's that support to commence your business, which is always a tricky time. Businesses are absolutely at their most vulnerable when they're experiencing growth. And of course, when you start up, that's a lot of growth, right? So we need to make sure that you're supported through that process. And then ongoingly, we've got that assistance for you with the mentoring program and beyond. So this is why it works. It's not just the training. It's not just the mentoring. It's not just the way we've put the information together. It's all intermingled, and it all works together really, really well. And very happy with what we've got to offer. Now I've got a quick video for you, and I'll just need a call out from somewhere to know that this is working for you. So I'm just going to start it, and if someone can let me know that you can hear it, because I haven't set this up to share. So let's just see if you can, and if not, I'll send the link later on through Tina. Can you hear this?
Disease, along with 2 other autoimmune diseases. So I wrote a book about Jack the Celiac for kids who have chronic illness, not just celiac disease. When I heard about the Entrepreneurship pathway, really found that I could really be in control of my own destiny and have things that were flexible to my lifestyle and what I wanted to do and that I could do what I wanted to do. Learning about business is more than just learning about business. You can apply it to so much in your life where you end up working for someone else down the line. It doesn't just stop when the course stops as well. There's support that helps to make sure that your business is successful. Laugh, learn, and listen. My name is Alex Mangano, and my business is Chasing Lions Drama Adventures. I have celiac.
Okay, I may or may not know that person. So the reason why I showed you that video was because that is from a Defence Force family. So I'm part of a Defence Force family, and that may or may not be my daughter. But she, moving around Australia, went to university, finished her university degree, and was interested in actually applying for a grant, which she'd have to manage a lot of people. And I said, what about a business course? She's done that, and she started a business, and she's now got a business. She's working on this. She's still establishing it. She's had a lot of things happening. And what you heard from at the beginning, she's got some health concerns. So having a business for someone who has got extra pressures, whether that be health concerns, whether that be moving around, whether that be other commitments, with children, and there's a whole lot of other commitments you can have. Building a business can be a really great solution to that, because you can build a business that works. And I know, being a Defence Force spouse, and I've been in the Defence Force as well, but as a Defence Force spouse, my husband's been deployed, my husband's been sent away, and that impacted what I could do as an employee, and I had to go to my employee for assistance for some flexibility. And I'm really grateful that they were able to do that for me. But if not, I would have started another business. And that's why I started my first business. I was actually in defence, and my husband and I were told we probably wouldn't get posted together. And it was like, okay, well, I don't really want that. So I got out and started a business. So know that, albeit business is a tough gig, but there's a lot of assistance there for you, and you might be like me. I started my first business in my mid-20s, and I'm addicted. I absolutely love having the control of achieving the goals that I want, and having that flexibility to do what I want when I want. And with Alex and hers, she's got health concerns, and she needs, her partner is in defence as well, and she needs a business where she can move around Australia with it, and that's exactly what she's building. So that's what you can do too. So so here I have Get in Touch. This is where you can find us if you have questions, but of course I'd really love you to go through Soldier On, and then through Chloe. And then we'll make an appointment where we can one-on-one, and I'll be the person you'll be talking to. One-on-one, we can sit down and look at what you want to achieve, what your goals are. And we haven't really got time to look at that today, but whenever I'm talking about this, I really talk about goal setting, and we've got a really cool process that takes you through that. So I'll send that information through. So you can look at that process to sort of get you started. But yes, I'm really excited about being able to share this with you. Again, the one takeaway, if nothing else, in regard to business, no question too big, no question too small, just reach out. Thank you for the opportunity. I'll stop sharing now.